In this video, I want to give members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints additional guidance on using Family Search Family Tree, particularly in relation to reserving names for temple ordinances. The official policy states that you should only reserve ordinances for those to whom you're related. So it becomes doubly important that marital and child-parent relationships are checked carefully to avoid linking into wrong family lines. If you and another researcher are working on common ancestors, it's good manners to agree between you who will reserve those names. If another person has been working on a common line recently and you discover their work, try to coordinate with them before reserving those names. You may receive an email from Family Search with a suggested name for reservation for temple ordinances. Such suggestions are computer-generated and can be useful in pointing your research in a new direction. However, the onus is still on you to verify that the information is correct and relevant to your family line, and that you add your sources before you proceed with the reservation. The spirit of Elijah is felt by non-members and members alike. The benefit to us as members is that we can review the family history research published by non-members in such places as public member trees on other websites. This can often give us a head start in building our own family lines after first checking the validity of the published material. Then we have the privilege of reserving those additional names for temple ordinances. You may feel a strong desire to reserve as many names as possible for temple ordinances. This can arise from your personal enthusiasm and from various directives that come from church leaders to encourage members to participate in this work. However, it's important to keep in mind that leaders have counseled us to reserve only the number of names we can reasonably complete in a timely manner. But where you do have more names reserved, you can share them with family and friends or with the temple on your reservation page in Family Tree. Be as careful with the accuracy and sources for the names you're sharing as with those that you handle personally. As mentioned in a previous video, a record for one person can appear a number of times in Family Tree, possibly in a slightly different form. The answer is to merge the records for that person. If some ordinances have been completed for one or more records of the person, then the new combined record inherits all the ordinances that have already been completed. You should take steps to avoid duplicating or doing unnecessary temple work. When you consider the time, effort, and traveling costs involved in completing the ordinances, it makes perfect sense to do sufficient homework beforehand to ensure that the records are correct and the temple work has not been completed previously. Another worthwhile check is the death date of children in a family. If a child died before the age of 8, the only ordinance required is sealing to parents. Part of your task is to tidy up the records of your family already in Family Tree. When researching, it's possible to think that you've come across new family members and you gleefully anticipate reserving the names for the forthcoming baptistry trip, for example. But when you start adding names to your tree, you may discover that the temple work has been completed when all is checked and duplicates have been merged. You shouldn't feel frustrated or disappointed that you haven't found more names to be reserved, but feel glad that you've been able to improve the record that will be placed before the Lord and to make it more worthy of all acceptation. To complete your task properly, a lifetime of steady dedication is needed, rather than a quick grab for names for a temple trip or to get you on a report. Rise to the challenges involved and have fun overcoming them. One challenge might be unfamiliarity with computers. Your local Family History Center will be pleased to assist you with overcoming that and with understanding the software and resources available. Have you tried working with other family members both in and out of the church? The call is laid before us all, and you may find that other family members become enthused once you get them started. The scriptures speak of those who were prepared in advance to bring about this great work. Do you now feel the desire within you to labor for the salvation of others? Accuracy matters, relationships matter, therefore real research is essential. You're responsible for searching out your own relatives to the best of your ability, using the technical resources available. Most importantly, seek and follow the guidance of the Holy Ghost. Finally, you must ensure that the saving ordinances are completed or shared with the temple. The Lord desires that you accomplish this work. With patience, effort, and fortitude, you'll be shown the way, and one day, meet those ancestors and relatives for whom you've labored. I wish you great joy and satisfaction with your family history research and temple work.